What's your secret? Take a picture. Yeah. You got our nails removed. Got some bad molars there. Cavities. Day 2. Still Harper.
Hi.
Sup? Stupid trash can.
Hey, send it. Sup?
Dinosaur back then.
Without breaking it. Thank you.
Look at those teeth. You ate so. Uh-oh. What's he gonna do?
I guess that's why.
Taking out, baby.
Are you going on?
Forest. Now lots of animals usually blend in with the backgrounds here on the forest, especially the camouflage. Just keep a camouflage.
There's a lizard eater now.
Oh, I do see some okapi out over there.
Do you know that?
Now the okapi are mostly brown folks. They do have some black and white stripes on their legs.
And in the actual picture, they did look like women.
By those stripes, they are not, I repeat, they are not related to the zebra. They're actually the only known relatives to the giraffe, believe it or not. They have a lot of very similar body features, including that elongated neck. They just have that long, nasty tongue in common as well. On the other side, I am seeing some yellow-billed storks. They like to eat fish, frogs, snakes, sometimes some smaller animals as well. But we are approaching a pretty big watering hole out here. Now, lots of animals usually like to gather around watering holes like this one here. Not seeing too many out here, but we're kind of hoping we come across maybe a rarer species on the way around here.
He's still playing. You have to watch it.
Alright. Oh, I think we are in luck, folks. I was hoping for a black rhino, and there is one way up on top of the hill.
Whoa.
Black rhinos are very rare to spot. There's only about 4,200 of them left. It's not a big number.
Wait, I don't see him.
It's the orange
They're
black.
almost indestructible, I want to say.
Whoa, it looks like a rock.
1-inch skin thickness, and they can charge at about 40 miles per hour. So it's really only humans that poses a threat to these large black rhinos. So we're still trying to protect them from poaching both in and out of the reserve. Right next to us here, these light brown animals are greater kudu. They are the second tallest antelope out here in Africa. And up towards the top of the hill, you'll see some bongos, kind of the darker, more orange color. Bongos are nicknamed the ghosts of the forest, believe it or not. Usually they're pretty good at hiding out in their backgrounds. They also have some long horns that get straight to the back of their heads. It makes it a lot easier for them to run through the brush without really being heard. Up over the other side, gonna see a couple saddle-billed storks. Those are the tallest storks out here in Africa. They can grow up to 5 feet tall. They also have a little yellow piece that sits up on top of their bill shaped like a saddle. That's how they got their name, saddle. Alright, now we are gonna be making our way on down towards the Sapphire River. So who hope y'all like hippos? Usually where we find them, let's see what's happening. Looks like there's some natives out around the area. Hold on to him. I do see a pretty big hippo down over there, folks. Hi! Among the largest animals out here in Africa. A full-grown male hippo. Actually, weigh up to about 5,000 pounds. Now don't worry if you didn't spot that one too well. You usually have some better luck over here. Take a look at all those hippos.
Oh, look at all those right there.
You're also going to see some pretty big birds out around the island here. These are pigback pelicans. Some of the only birds that will work in groups to get their food. Usually following the fish the shallow ends of the water. There it's easier for them to swoop them on up. But yeah, take a look at these big hippos out over here. And they can hold their breath anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes. They can be under that water for a while. And just when you think you see a hippo swimming under the water, they're actually walking on the floors of the river. See, it's a lot easier for them with all that weight just to sink all the way down to the bottom of the water than it is for them to swim. Alright folks, now we are approaching a bridge up here. I'm not a huge fan of these bridges they have out in the reserve, so just remember to remain seated. Oh wow, we are going to see some Nile crocodiles down below here. Nile crocodiles are much bigger and much more aggressive than American alligators. Wow. They actually crush the bones of their prey just by using their claws. Now with that said folks, I think I'm all set with this rickety bridge. Let's make our way into some solid ground.
You see here, I love potholes.
Alright, so right about now we should be making our way on out of the forest and into the savanna. It's a very different ecosystem with lots of different animals.
Guys, it's the smaller
we head on out that way. You want to take a look at this tree up over here. Very unique looking tree. Kind of looks like it's upside down. That's called a baobab tree. It's able to survive long periods of drought by storing water within its trunks. You may also notice there's no leaves on that tree. They go up to about 6 months completely leafless. Right now, folks, I want to take a good look out here. This is my favorite view out here in the reserve. And I'm going to welcome you on out to the Serengeti grasslands. Now they do stretch for hundreds and hundreds of miles across eastern Africa. It's also home to lots of different migrating animals. And this is the Africa we are still trying so hard to protect today. You will notice there's lots of tall grass around us here as well, so watch out, you never know what might be sneaking around on you. Now this may gross some of you out back there. We are approaching some pretty big mounds. These are termite mounds. They're made up of mostly sand, dirt, and termite saliva. They will harden to almost a concrete though out here in the sun. Then you get pretty much rock solid. Sometimes though you'll find animals. I have seen some elephants leaning up against these mounds. They kind of like to use them as a scratching post. So they do come in handy.
Dang, look at that. It takes a lot of termites to do that.
But after a while they will get worn down a little bit, kind of like that one in the middle. But this kind of shows you a nice example of how these animals will kind of recycle themselves. They'll mow down the mounds a little bit, and then little animals will climb up on top of the mound and use it kind of as a lookout post. So they'll see if there's any predators out in the tall grass. Kind of works out for everybody. Alright, I see some giraffes.
Really?
Lots of other animals out over here. Let's get a little bit closer.
All these animals are on your side.
Alright, coming up on the right side here, these big tan animals off in the tall grass. Those are Patterson's eland. They are the largest antelope out here in Africa. A full-grown male can weigh up to 2,000 pounds. My favorite thing about them would have to be their horns. They kind of grow in a spiral shape. Kind of tell how old they are, if they have a full spiral or not just yet. The huge horns right in front of us here, though, these are Ankole cattle. One of their horns go anywhere from 5 to 6 feet in length. but the
How does
circumference
he
of
keep
about
his head
20
up?
inches down towards the base there. Not completely hollow inside either. It's kind of like a honeycomb center they have going on.
It was a joke.
Oh, so up there you're going to see lots of giraffes. So I do see two different kinds of giraffes up there. There's reticulated and there is Maasai. Now reticulated giraffes, they get that name from the Latin word reticulata, which means net. They have a very net-like pattern on them there. And the other giraffes, Maasai giraffes up there, they have a darker, more broken up pattern to them. So a good example of that, to the left, out in the middle of the trees here, that is a reticulated giraffe with that fine net-like pattern. To the right, that is a Maasai giraffe with that broken up dark pattern there. Kind of like an oak leaf. Also up over there by some giraffes, I do see some dark black and gray animals. Those are white-bearded wildebeest. Part of the largest migration out here. About 1.5 million of them will travel across these plains. Alright folks, now we should be heading on out towards Monkey Point. So I am hoping for some mandrill monkeys up ahead here. Oh, but I am seeing some elephants. Alright, before you look on over to the right side, take a look over here at Monkey Point. I do see some mandrill monkeys. It's usually pretty hard to spot. They do hide out in the trees and the rocks up over there. They are the largest and most colorful monkeys out here in Africa.
See him looking at you?
Now, I should be able to get a radio signal while we're out here, folks. But let's see if we get a closer up look at these elephants. Get some music going on for us. Still looks like this road's down here, but it's a pretty close-up look at these elephants here. Now, both male and female African elephants both carry those long ivory tusks on them there. So they're both just as wanted by, equally as wanted by poachers. Looks like he likes the music though. Now, if we do loop around this way, folks, I think we should come out to some more red clay pits. So, we might be able to spot some more elephants up ahead. Do have another bridge to cross here, though. Not really liking the sound of this here. Hold on, folks. Almost across. There's the front. And there's the back. All right. Alright, and here we are actually entering into some of the red clay pits. Now, we might be pretty close to some elephants here. Take a look at the sides. I see some tusk marks, some footprints here. Now, elephants actually like to eat this red clay. It might be pretty close up. I am seeing some up ahead here.
Oh, yeah.
And that red clay is actually really good for elephants. It's a very beneficial mineral when it comes to them. Take a look right by the rocks there. I do see a little baby elephant up over there. There are scientists out here studying the vocal communication between elephants. So they're studying both how they interact with one another and how we can help them better survive out in the wild. Oh, another little baby elephant up here. And a pretty good look at some of giraffes up over here, as well as a white-bearded wildebeest. And a pretty good look on both sides. Wow. Baby elephants, they will stand around with their parents for up to about 14 years. That way they'll mimic all the adults' behavior. And it looks like a good chill spot by the watering hole.
Look, over there, hurry up.
That's a good picture there. You're gonna see lots of flamingos.